fan of Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? Why not join our growing Facebook fans pages? Just search Sewing Street Fans and Yarn Lane TV Fans on Facebook and click Join Group. It's that simple. Never miss out on the latest news and updates from our presenters and guest designers, special offers and plenty of chat with your fellow fans. Share photos of your makes, ask for advice, interact with your favourite guests and presenters and be a part of the ever-growing sewing and yarn community. See you there!
Follow Sewing Street and Yarn Lane on Facebook and Instagram to keep up to date with what's coming up on the show, as well as being the first to know about our amazing offers. Get involved with our competitions that are exclusive to social media. And pick up some top tips from us too. In need of a crafting fix? There are so many ways you can watch Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. Sewing Street is live from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. every day on Freeview 72 and Sky 670. Alternatively, if you want to watch us on a tablet or on the move, you can tune in on our YouTube channel, the Sewing Street app, or the websites at www.sewingstreet.com and www.yarnlane.com. You can watch past shows on Sky 670 from 1 p.m. every day, as well as our YouTube channel, the app, and our website. Yarn Lane is on from 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. Visit our programme guide to find out when and what's on. So you never have to spend a minute without us.
We know that shopping online can be a confusing and sometimes daunting task, and sometimes all you want to do is talk to a human being. Well, our family-run customer service team are on call 24/7. They're full of friendly, warm-hearted individuals, all trained to make your shopping experience as easy and as enjoyable as possible. And not only will they take your order, they will also help and guide you on your shopping journey, so you never miss out.
Have you heard about all of the different ways you can shop with Sewing Street and Yarn Lane? You can either shop on our websites, sewingstreet.com and yarnlane.com. You can also order by phone by calling our friendly UK customer service team. For Sewing Street, call 0800 001 4433, and for Yarn Lane, call 0800 4700 600. And don't forget about the Sewing Street app. Here you can shop all of the Sewing Street products as well as watch the live shows from anywhere. You can download the app onto your smartphone or your tablet by simply searching Sewing Street in your app store. And one final thing, no matter how many times you check out on Sewing Street or Yarn Lane in one day, you will only pay one postage and packaging. Happy shopping!
Keep up to date with what's on Sewing Street and Yarn Lane, as well as all the latest news and special offers by signing up to our email newsletters. For Sewing Street, head on over to www.sewingstreet.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and you're done. It's exactly the same for Yarn Lane. Head on over to www.yarnlane.com. Scroll down to the bottom of the homepage, type in your email address, click the envelope, and that's it. You are now subscribed to both Sewing Street's and Yarn Lane's email newsletters, so you'll never miss out on the latest news and special offers ever again.
Have you heard about Yarn Lane, a TV show dedicated to knitting, crochet and all things yarn, bringing you demonstrations from our expert guests as well as the latest tools. And find out what's coming up on the show by following us on Facebook and Instagram. Subscribe to our email newsletter or visit the programme guide on our website at www.yarnlane.com. Hello, welcome to Yarn Lane. Welcome to Yarn Lane. My name's Vicky. We are with you for 1 hour. Those of you that have just joined us, if you haven't been with us all day from Sewing Street, I've been wearing these all morning. I've been doing a bit of a fashion show throughout the show on Sewing Street, wearing all of the different knitwear. And there are so many people who have messaged in about these gorgeous, gorgeous garments. So those of you that have been with us for the last 4 hours, welcome back. If you're just joining us, we have got such a treat for you today. There is so much to talk about. Now, West Yorkshire Spinners is, you know, we've talked in depth about in the past, but I don't think we've actually had Chloe on air before, have we? We have. We've had Chloe on air before, but she was supposed to be coming up from Cornwall this morning. She's not very well. So, good job you were here in the office.
Good job I was here, but then I love West Yorkshire Spinners
yarn. It's lovely to see you.
Yeah, I know, we never get to meet.
We don't.
Often.
No,
so we can be together today.
It's so lovely to have Bex with us.
In jumpers.
And honestly, I've had so many compliments on all these jumpers. Aren't they beautiful?
I know. Really soft.
It looks great on you as well. That looks really nice.
I like that one.
There are cardigans, there are jumpers. The quality of the yarn is obviously beautiful.
Yes.
We've got kits, we've got books. We've got a lot to talk about
Lots
today.
and lots, and videos.
So, West Yorkshire Spinners, who are West Yorkshire
Well, they're
Spinners?
a fantastic company, obviously based in Yorkshire.
Okay.
And their whole thing is spun and sheared in Britain.
Yeah.
So all of their yarn is British wool, which is fantastic, isn't it? And the yarn that they've used in these is, it's a chunky roving.
Okay.
So which means, for us knitters out there, it's the chunky weight. But roving is when you spin yarn, when you spin fleece, it's roving, and that's the sort of the raw thing.
Yeah.
And then when you knit, it's twisted very tightly, and that's yarn. But roving yarn is where it's just spun and slightly twisted. So it has much more body and softness than a normal chunky yarn.
Right. Oh, you can feel that as well, can't you?
And it is.
It is really lovely and
this
chunky.
is also a combination of a crossbreed between two sheep. So the blue-faced Leicester, which we all know is the British Merino, beautifully soft.
Oh, gorgeous.
And the Derry sheep, which is has a nice sheen to it. So they've crossbred two sheep, and that's what they use for this. So it's beautifully soft, it's not itchy.
No, it's really not. It's not itchy
Not
at
itchy
all. We've got so much to go through, and lots of lovely colours as well. So we're going to start with the book. Now, I love that this is a project book. It's ring bound so you can work from it, but it's a bit of a coffee table book that you can have a good sort of browse through. There's lovely photography and lovely pictures, really beautiful colours that you can see here, but it is also obviously your project book. So you've got the Frida jumper, which is the one I was wearing earlier on, the Grace jumper in here, the cardigan, which is similar to, it's different.
That's
it's different.
the grey, like the grey one that's behind you.
It's the red one that's behind you, actually.
And it is actually that one, yes. But it's the same pattern as the grey one you were wearing earlier.
Oh, nice.
It's a single colour cable.
Oh, of course, yes. Yeah. Because of the single colour. That looks lovely. You've also got the accessory kit, all of your abbreviations, and also all of your instructions. Everything that you need to know, all your patterns are there as well. It's such a stylish
Well, I think
selection,
it's amazing for
Gosh,
$9.95.
unbelievable.
And it's like all of those patterns. I mean, and look, there's the cardigan I'm wearing.
Absolutely amazing. Now, I just wanted to introduce this, but I know that you've been working very hard with Elegant and the team this morning because Chloe's not here. We also wanted to show some of the videos.
Well, it's done in this very special way. In order to get this chunkiness, you actually knit with 2 strands of yarn held together.
Yeah.
And so because of that, some of the videos what Chloe was going to show us today, but some of the videos we've got is how to do that.
Right, okay.
And that's how you get this super chunkiness.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay, so, well, I don't know. It's which one do you want to do, Paul? Because Bex has done a very strict time schedule.
All the kits. Right,
oh, okay. He wants to run through the graphics first before we do that. So we've got. Where are you starting? You are 6692. I've got here. That was the one that I was wearing, I believe.
Yeah, that one that's there, that blue and white one.
Oh, the blue then. So this was the one that I was wearing earlier on this morning. This is what I was wearing this morning. And you've got so much yarn in there, haven't you?
Yes, you have. It goes up to, I think it's a 28 to 50-inch chest. So there's enough yarn to make all the sizes in that one.
Amazing.
But you need the pattern book, obviously. This is a yarn pack.
Yes, yeah, your instructions aren't included, your pattern isn't included. So get the book, whatever you do, because that is brilliant value for money. But to be able to get all of the patterns, and if you do love that jumper that I was wearing, we've put together a huge yarn pack. And it is so soft.
It's really nice, because I don't like itchy.
Oh, no.
I don't do itchy, and this really isn't itchy.
Super, super quality. Now, we will talk about these in more depth as we go through the show, but I just want to make sure that the graphics are all there. So whilst you're watching the VTs as well, you've got an idea of kits that we've got. This is OG 6668, which is your accessory set.
This is the green, it's beautiful green hat. I would put it all on, but I'm not. Really lovely long scarf. Look at that.
Oh, nice.
And gloves. Well, gloves, hand warmers, you know.
Yeah.
Gloves.
Which I prefer, actually, because you can still go on your phone.
Well, they're
and you can
nice.
still do
They've got a thumb hole,
warm.
but they're like having fingerless mitts, but they're lovely.
Oh, they're lovely as well. And
it's
a gorgeous colour.
It's gorgeous, this green, isn't it?
Really nice. So you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 balls of yarn.
Yeah, and that's enough to knit all of it.
Oh, fantastic.
Hat, scarf and hand warmers.
Instructions, remember, are in your book. And then finally, we've also got your lovely BC6690, just for reference code for our producer.
That was your 9 o'clock jumper.
Oh, thank you for keeping tabs on my fashion show timings, because I can't remember when I was wearing them. It was definitely early this morning. The 9 o'clock stripy jumper, which you can see next to me here. Oh, this was the one that I had a lot of compliments on, actually. Had lots of compliments. The colours are beautiful. And I suppose, actually, if you like these colours, but you want to do a cardigan, you've got a lot of yarn. These are big bumper packs, aren't they, to pick lots of different patterns.
Yes.
Thinking the cardi with the multi-colours that's behind it, actually, would also look beautiful in these colours. So you have got a huge bumper pack of the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn as well. So that, remember, is for your yarn. Grab your instructions. The books are brilliant value for money, but you have 5 of the tan, 3 of the cream, and 3 of the sort of oatmeal-y, beautiful latte tone, which again is 100% blue-faced Kerry Hill sheep as well.
Yes, it's this crossbreed.
Oh, love it. Absolutely love it. Okay, shall we watch VT number 1?
VT number 1. Yeah, this is Chloe telling you how to knit, introducing and how to knit with 2 strands of yarn.
Brilliant. Have a look at this and we'll see you right afterwards.
Hi there, I am Chloe Elizabeth Birch and I am a knitwear designer. So this is a little introduction video into my new collection with West Yorkshire Spinners. So this collection is called Flourish and it is designed in their retreat yarn, which is a chunky roving yarn. So this means that it has less of a twist in it than a usual yarn. So it gives it a super kind of lofty texture to it. So it creates a lovely soft, beautiful finish. So you get a lovely kind of fluffy knit at the end with it. So it creates super cozy garments. So this collection is done slightly different with this yarn. So it's actually knitted double-stranded. So rather than knitting 1 strand of yarn at the same time, you're actually working 2 at the same time. So this is making almost a super chunky knit to it. So this is the collection book here. So it has 5 designs in. So these are all the lovely colour options you get. And then these are the 4 new colours. So you have Quiet, Recharge, Purpose and Soothe. And these are all incorporated within the new designs, and these are our 5 new designs for the book. We also have 4 other YouTube videos just showing you how to do some of the techniques used in each design. So for this one we have the bubble stitch, and then we have the check stitch here, and then we also do a video for the cable because we also have a 2 colour version of this to show you. And then finally we have the free pattern, which uses the slip texture stitch, which we also have a video for. So this little introduction video, I'm just going to be showing you how to knit 2 strands at the same time. So this, we're going to be using 12mm needles rather than the usual 6.5mm needles, and that's because we're knitting double stranded, so it's going to be double the thickness. So here I've started a little sample. So this is knitted in double stranded. So you can just kind of see the 2 strands working in the 1 stitch here, and you can see on the needle that you got 1 stitch, but it's actually 2 strands for that 1 stitch. So you're knitting it exactly the same as you would knit with just 1 strand, but you're just working both of them at the exact same time. So you can see these 2 strands going in, and we're just literally going to knit exactly as we would, but just going through both at the same time. So just using the 2 loops there just as 1 stitch, and it's as simple as that. So the one thing to do is just make sure you're always going through those 2 loops rather than the 1. So the lovely thing about this as well is because it's doubled up, it makes it really quick to knit as well. So you can knit a garment super quickly in a couple of days. But you also get that super chunky kind of texture to it, so it's super cozy and warm. Great for winter. So now I'm just doing my purl row back, so just exactly the same as you would normally purl a row, but just going through 2 loops rather than the 1, working the double stranded. So each stitch has 2 loops but counts as 1 stitch still. So another lovely thing about this is because it's super chunky, it gives you a really lovely stitch definition. So it really just emphasises all those different stitch patterns. So I'm just going to do 1 more row now just to show you again. So you are literally knitting exactly how you usually would, but just working with 2 balls at the same time rather than 1. And just making sure you're always working through both of those loops. And it's as simple as that. Another little tip when working this collection, you'll find that some sizes have an odd amount of balls. So when working this double stranded, all you need to do is with that 1 odd ball is just half it. So unwind about 50 grams from that. So you'll have 2 equal smaller balls of 50 grams and then work that at the end. So you're not having to buy an even number of balls.
I'm so pleased that we've managed to sort these videos as well, so you can hear Chloe, because we were just saying she's so lovely, isn't she?
She's so lovely and really easy to understand. She
Yeah.
makes it look easy. Well, it is easy.
Well, yeah. Bexley is just saying, right, Vic, you can knit and you can purl, right? Yes.
Yeah.
You can make
do
these.
this if you can knit and purl.
It's just with the 2 strands.
Yeah.
And because you're working on such large needles, I bet actually it comes together
grows
a lot
really
quicker than the
fast.
blanket that I made.
Definitely. This is a really quick make.
Oh, wow. And they look beautiful.
So cool, aren't
and
they?
they are
Love
so
this.
comfortable. I've worn these all morning. And I actually thought I'm going to be boiling hot, and I'm not. I'm just
Well, it's
snug.
wool, isn't it? It's like warm in winter, cool in summer.
Lovely.
Brilliant.
Really lovely. And we were noticing as well that all of the yarns, they're all named after different sort of mindful quotes. So this one's called Purpose.
Yeah, what have
You've
you
got
got?
Peace here.
I've got Harmony and Soul.
Oh, I love that. Tranquil. This one's called Tranquil. I need a bit of tranquility, I do. So we've got another couple of kits that we want to run through. Lots of people asking about the green.
green.
So we've got this jumper that you've seen to the side of me here. We also have it in green.
Well, it's a slightly different jumper, this one.
Oh, is
And
it?
this is the only one that we have as a kit.
Okay.
So West Yorkshire Spinners produce this one. Whenever they do a collection, they do a pattern book. They do 1 free pattern.
Yeah.
So this is a free pattern. So,
Oh, I love
so it is a kit. So so in this
Everything you
one,
need there.
you get all the yarn and you get the full pattern to make this beautiful green jumper.
That's your favourite, isn't
I
it?
love that one. And unfortunately, we haven't got the sample of that one, but it is gorgeous, isn't it? And it has the green at the bottom and then the sort of cream at the top. And in amongst the cream is this black, which makes the cream really stand out. But it's just a beautiful roll neck jumper. But this one, you don't need the pattern book for. All the instructions come with that all in one.
Brilliant. $63.99, and that is a lot of yarn as well. It goes right up to a 46-inch bust as well. But you don't need the book for this
Not
one,
for
as
this
you do
one.
get the pattern. I would certainly get the book though as well.
I would, yes, yeah. I mean, it's gorgeous, and it's chunky yarn.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously, it's if you knit it in this yarn, that's the best thing to use. But if you want the pattern book, and you have other chunky yarn, it will work.
Fantastic, fantastic. So that kit is just £63.99, already gone straight into baskets. You do get the pattern for free included in that one. We also have the really gorgeous grey, which I was wearing in the last hour.
So much yarn here, isn't there? Look at this
Oh,
pile.
well, I was going to say this is weighty. This is one of those that...
my pile of
you know,
yarn.
in the evenings, when you're sitting outside, and even in the summer, that you just want to put on a really cosy cardigan, sitting on the sofa. It's just beautiful, pure luxury, and the detail.
Well, it's just a really simple cable, and in fact, we've got a VT to show you in a bit that shows you how to do the cable. It's really easy,
and it looks so complicated, doesn't it? Looks so
really
effective.
clever.
And if you're doing it in two colours like this, it really stands out. You can then obviously use the pattern again and do it in a solid colour, and we've got the red that's behind Bex.
Yeah, the red one here.
Just in red.
It's just in one colour.
Yeah, I've got a feeling you won't be just making this cardigan once.
No.
There's only 10 of these kits left, by the way, so if you do want the cardigan in grey, Bex has put together a yarn bundle for you.
So you've got all the light grey and the dark grey that gives that lovely sort of multi-tone effect, but nice and gentle colours.
And to remind you, the quality of the yarn, as Chloe was explaining in the VT, they are so beautiful. They're not itchy, it's super, super soft against your skin. And I think we have actually got the next video ready to
Yes,
show
which is going to be talking about the room, that one over the Grace.
The Grace.
Grace.
Lovely. So Grace, over here, have a look at this and we're going to be back with you. But we do want to make sure that you hear as much from Chloe as possible, as I know she's probably watching now. So get well soon, Chloe, and we can't wait to have you back up with us. But of course, Grace is, Chloe is from West Yorkshire Spinners. Sorry, they're distracting me in my ear. But we're sending you loads of love, Chloe. Come and see us again soon. So this is all about Grace, West Yorkshire Spinner Grace jumper. Have a look at this.
So you can see on that you've got the 2 rows of the stocking stitch in the white, and then you've got the navy coming up. So now we're going to work 2 rows in the navy, working the same slip stitch way, but this is going to be in garter. So we're going to knit that first stitch, and then we're going to slip our next 2 stitches, which is in our white. So slip 2, then we're going to knit 1. So this yarn's now going to be going over 2 stitches, so we just want to make sure we're not pulling too tightly as we're going from our slips to our knit 1s. So we're going to slip 2, then knit 1, slip 2, remember to slip purlwise, knit 1, and make sure not to do it too tightly. I'm going to slip 2, knit 1, and just repeat to the end of the row. And then we should have 1 stitch less, which we just want to knit the final stitch. So that is our first row of the navy done. So we're going to turn our work. So this row is slightly different how we're going to do it on the wrong side. So on the navy side we want to do it in garter rather than stocking stitch. So we're going to knit into these rather than purl. So we're going to knit into the first stitch. Then we want to take our yarn and actually bring it to the front of the work, and then slip the next 2 stitches. We're just doing this as we've got the little loops from where the stitch is pulling over, so you just want to make sure these are on the back of the work. So we're going to take the yarn around and then bring it back to the back of the work, so the loop's going to be on the wrong side, and then we're going to knit the next stitch. Then bring the yarn to the front, slip the next 2 stitches, bring the yarn back to the back of the work, and knit the next stitch. Then we're just going to repeat that to the end, so yarn forward, slip 2, yarn back, knit 1, yarn to the front, slip 2, then yarn to the back and knit 1, and that's just keeping all our loops on the wrong side of our knit. And then just going to knit the last stitch. So that is how we do our check pattern. So you can just see here you've got the little garter ridges in between our white and the navy. So then we just want to knit the next 2 rows. So you just want to knit to the end of the row, and this is just creating our navy garter that's going in between our checks to create our tartan type pattern. Then we're going to turn our work and we're just going to knit all the way back. So you can see where all the loops are on the back, that's formed at the back. So there you can see our pattern repeat of our check stitch.
That's such a clever way of doing it. I love the slips. We're sitting watching going, actually, do you know what? That is really achievable.
Well, because you're not having to sort of constantly cross yarns. When Chloe did this for another collection, I'd never seen the slip stitch before, because I thought, oh, you're constantly crossing yarns, but you're not. You're just slip stitching. I think you can only do it with 2 stitches. You can't really slip more than that.
Right.
And you just get, it looks like Fair Isle.
Oh, it looks amazing. What an incredible effect. I love that.
So easy.
And yeah, like you said, it's actually so easy.
I know.
Oh, don't, Paul, because Bex is already saying to me in this advert, you've got to do this one,
because
Bex.
it
This
really
is one you've got to
suits
do.
you.
I do love that.
Wouldn't
Isn't
it
it
look lovely on that?
gorgeous? It is gorgeous. Just so you know, by the way, all of these videos are taken from the West Yorkshire Spinners YouTube channel,
yeah.
and they're actually slightly longer. There's more videos on there, so if in your own time, if you want to go and have a look and watch back and see any of the demonstrations, obviously you can watch back this show on the YouTube, on Yarn Lane YouTube, but also you can go onto West Yorkshire Spinners and see it. The yarn is beautiful, so beautiful. So the kit that your graphics are in for, you do get the whole yarn bundle, but don't forget to add the book to your order as well to get your pattern. But you do get all of this lovely navy blue, which is actually called...
What's that one called?
Soothe.
Soothe and Pure.
Soothe and Pure, you know.
Yeah, I know that one's called Pure. I remember that one. Soothe and Pure.
So you get two
Nice
of the
with
100 gram balls.
jeans.
Yeah, really nice. That's absolutely beautiful. Just with, like you say, you can make that quite casual, but also it's just timeless. You have jumpers like this forever, don't you?
Well, it's been nice to knit because it's quite a generous jumper. It'd be nice if you were thinking of knitting someone a present for Christmas. What a lovely thing to knit.
You've got
them.
time to do it.
Yeah, I'll get on with that then. I've got a cardigan to crochet.
I did say that to Bex. I said, right, because she keeps going to me, that really suits you. You should definitely do that one. So what are you doing at the moment? What projects are you doing at the moment, Bex? You've got time to knit me this for Christmas. Oh, it's lovely. £63.99. That one is very popular. Okay, limited now, incredibly limited. If you do want it, we've got less than 10 of those remaining now. I think we've got about 5 of those remaining, but do also make sure you're getting your beautiful West Yorkshire Spinners book as well. Gives you great inspiration. It's quite a nice sort of coffee table book actually, isn't it?
Well, it's got lots of stuff about the yarn and the whole point behind it, and it's got intro by Chloe in it as well. I think they make, rather than
This
them
is
just
Chloe,
being,
isn't it?
No.
Oh, no.
There is a picture of Chloe at the front of
Let's
it.
see Chloe.
That's the model.
Chloe is...
There's a nice picture of her.
Oh, there's Chloe.
There's lovely Chloe.
Oh, and she is so lovely,
But
isn't
they
she?
make them so that you can read them. There is a point, you know, and they photograph them beautifully. But they photograph them for knitters. There are loads of close-up photos of certain parts.
Yeah.
It's not just so you can see what it looks like. They do, you know, they show up things like that, which when you're doing the neck is nice to see a close-up of it.
Absolutely. The photographs are beautiful. Really clear instructions. Is designed to be with the West Yorkshire Spinners yarn, but as you said, if you're just getting the book, chunky yarns, get a chunky yarn and you will be able to do it at home as well.
And a lot of the patterns have got cardigans and jumpers, so like the jumper that you're wearing, that's the cardigan for it.
Brilliant.
So you get more than the 5 patterns it says.
Because I just love the sleeves on this. I'm thinking actually, would I probably prefer the cardi? It's just these sleeves are beautiful. The detail in a design.
I know.
It's amazing. Haven't got a kit for this one, but it is in the book.
I know, it was tricky. I had to
sport for
choose.
choice.
I had to choose only a few, and it was difficult to choose.
Spoiled for choice. So in front of you, you've got the green jumper as
Yeah,
well.
for
Can we remind everybody of that? Because that comes as a full kit.
Yes,
You don't
so
need
this
the
is
book.
called Roomy.
Yeah.
And it's the block and texture jumper, and you've got all the yarn to make it. It's got the green yarn, the cream yarn, and the black yarn, which goes in amongst that. And it's like a nice roll neck jumper. But there's your pattern, everything you need to know. It's all in there.
Brilliant. We have got a VT as well from West Yorkshire Spinners about Roomy, I believe,
Yes.
haven't we?
Yeah.
We'll have a look at that in just a second. 63.99. Your item code number is there on your on the front of your screen. And is this again something that someone with less?
Yeah, if you can knit and purl,
Yeah.
you can do this.
That's so.
You can do it because it's just knitting with 2 strands of yarn and it's big chunky needles, 10mm and 12mm needles. So if you haven't got the needles, we've got them on the website, so have a look at those if you need the right size. Big chunky.
Okay, lovely. Yeah, we've got some on the we have got some on the website, and in fact, actually, Paul will probably run the graphics through for you. Is 10mm needles all right?
Yes, big fat needles.
Yeah, your nice big chunky needles. They're just £5.99 for your 10mm. And I love that Roomy also, the meaning behind that as well. This is your retreat booklet. So the Roomy meaning.
Yeah, it means beauty and flow.
Oh, see, that's so. We'll talk about mindfulness actually on Friday. It's, I think, is it National Mindfulness Day
Yes,
or Mental
it's
Health
Sunday, I think,
Awareness
isn't it?
Day? And I do think knitting actually is brilliant for the soul. It's
Well,
just...
you can sit in front of the telly, sit in front of the fire,
Yeah.
can't you? You can take it if you're going away for a week or something in the winter.
Yeah, in
I've
fact, it's
got
the perfect time to start knitting
I've
now,
got a
isn't
week's
it?
holiday planned in Cornwall for November.
Oh, lovely.
And I'm just deciding what knitting I'm going to take.
Oh, well, that's it. And it's the perfect time with the winter nights drawing in to sit in front
And you
of
have
the
to
fire.
sit and concentrate and think about it. You haven't got time to worry about anything else.
Oh,
Not
I
when
love
you're knitting.
that. Right, are we ready to watch the next video from lovely Chloe? This is the Roomy jumper. The graphics are going to be live throughout, so you get the whole kit. You don't need the book with this. It comes with a free pattern. Have a look at this and we'll see you in just a minute.
So in this video we're looking at doing the slip stitch design that is in the block and texture jumper. So this is knit doubled up in the retreat yarn, so it's knit on 12mm needles rather than how it usually been knit on 6.5mm needles. So it just creates a lovely thick cozy fabric. So it's a very simple design. It starts with a 1x1 rib at the bottom, which then goes into a stocking stitch in our main colour, and then we're going to work onto our texture part of the design in the slip stitch. So our contrast slip stitch design starts at the armholes, so it just makes it really easy for when you're sewing those in afterwards. So for today's video we're focusing on this slip stitch design. So we start this with knitting 2 rows in stocking stitch. So then we work 2 rows of our slip stitch design. So for slip stitch we're changing colour into the black, and we're just doing 2 rows where you're going to slip 2 stitches, knit 2 stitches. So you're going to slip 2 and then knit 2, and you're going to work the same back, knitting the same stitches and slipping the same 2 stitches back. You then work another 2 rows of stocking stitch just in the white, and then we work another 2 rows of the garter slip stitch. But in this one we're kind of working the opposite way, so you're getting the variegated look, so it's working to where you slipped beforehand. So then we just have 1 slip stitch either side of the row, which will then get sewn into our armholes. So for the back of the jumper that is just worked straight up, and then for the front we've just got our shaping either side for the neck.
Do you know what? I'm all ready for the winter markets now. Somebody just hand me a hot chocolate with Baileys in and I'm ready.
You are.
These are gorgeous.
I know, they're so soft, aren't
I'm
they?
so pleased you picked this green colour as well, because I think all in one colour it works really well.
It
But you
does,
can
doesn't
do
it?
this with multiple colours again,
Yeah, so
can't
this
you?
one here. Shall
Go
I
on,
take
you
all
put it
down?
on, Bex.
I know, because I won't look as lovely. You know how some people suit hats and some people
Yeah.
don't? I'm the don't group.
Oh no, I bet they do.
Oh, I'm going to do it.
And they go with your cardi as well.
They do, actually. I look like a matching set, don't I? So I'll put the hat on.
Oh, yes.
How loud is Paul laughing? I
No,
don't know.
it's gorgeous.
And then, so this is exactly the same pattern, but you can choose whether, well, we've got the yarn pack for the single colour, but in the pattern book, it explains how to do it in the multicolour. Look, there we go.
Oh, I love how matching it is.
So matching, aren't
And
they?
the hand warmers as well.
And I love these because they're warm enough for you to sort of pull your hands inside.
Yeah. But still got access to be able to, you know, do things on your phone or
Yeah.
driving in them, anything like
Well,
that.
for
It's
driving,
perfect.
they're great, but you can put your hands inside.
Yes, yeah.
Oh, they're lovely. I look like a... See what I mean
We're
about
ready for the
hats?
Birmingham German market, aren't we now,
Yeah,
Bex?
yeah, we're off.
We're
We're off.
ready.
We could do a car boot sale in this lot, couldn't we, me and you?
Yeah, we could do a car boot sale. If you do want your yarn accessory pack, so it's all enough yarn here to be able to do the hand warmers, the hat, and the lovely long scarf.
Really long, isn't it?
It is gorgeous, really nice and long. In green, these are called purpose green. Reared, speared, not speared. Reared, sheared and spun in Britain. $29.99. Don't worry, it's a good job this is only the rehearsal, isn't it? $29.99. All 5 of the green, which is that lovely, really lovely green. Yeah, purpose green, $29.99. If Chloe is watching, I apologise for our unprofessionalism because, well, it's a good job. All of your yarn sells itself. It's absolutely gorgeous. So you're getting warm.
Yeah, I'm getting warm. I'm going to have to take the hat off, I think.
They are lovely and snug, but because they're wool, they are, like you said, they actually keep you cool. I've been wearing all these all indoors all day today.
She keeps coming in the studio and going, new jumper.
I know. I have been on since 8 o'clock this morning, and I got to 8 and I thought maybe this is a bit of a silly idea. I'm going to get really hot, and actually, I've just been snug all morning, like I'm in my cozies.
Lovely.
So we have put together the green accessory pack, $29.99. Very, very popular indeed. Lovely gift ideas again, aren't they?
So what does that one mean? Uma, that one's called.
Uma. Shall I have a look in the book?
Because they all mean something. The whole point of this retreat yarn is everything has been created for sort of mindfulness and treating yourself and...
Uma, let's have a look. It's on page 56. Means tranquility.
Oh, there you go then. Be tranquil in your scarf.
If you're just doing it in one colour, it says it's super duper easy.
Right.
Suitable for beginners. Just number 1 on the 5 tick box.
I mean, it looks really effective, doesn't it? And you can knit it as long as you want, but this is so long. This is wrapped round and it still keeps going.
Brilliant. So if you do want to do it in 3 colours, there are instructions there, but also there's nothing stopping you doing it just in 1. Your hand warmers there as well. They would make beautiful gifts, and there it is all in the green.
See, she's a I look nice in a hat person like you.
9,900. You look great in a hat as well.
I reckon when they got the model for it, they went, no, you look rubbish in a hat. And they probably went through people until they became hat people.
Did you go to the audition
I knew.
to be the hat person?
No, I knew it wouldn't work.
I love a hat, especially, for keeping your ears warm.
Well, it's a good hat, and it's got a bobble as well. It's got a pom-pom. Well, in fact, I've got the pom-pom makers.
Oh, have you?
Yes.
Oh, do you want to make the pom-pom?
So if you want to make the pom-pom...
So you've done it in the same colour as the...
That's the right size pom-pom maker.
Perfect. It's an extra long pom-pom maker.
So, yeah, but they told me the size it needed to be. So if you want to make a pom-pom for your bobble hat, that is the right pom-pom maker.
Brilliant. £9.99. Easy to use. You have got your instructions on the back. Oh, I remember when I used to do this when I was young.
But it's not like cardboard. You just wrap it around the plastics. It's really quick. So if you're making any bobble hats, that is the pom-pom maker to use.
Oh, I love pom-poms as well. You can make Christmas decorations. You could use them on the end of jumpers. You can embellish any of these jumpers with pom-poms, actually.
Put them on the end of your scarf.
Yes, really cute.
But that's the right size because it needs to be a good, proper pom-pom, doesn't it?
Oh yes,
Nothing
it needs
weedy.
to be a big pom-pom, especially with how chunky the knit.
But that is the size that they recommend for the pom-pom on the hat.
Brilliant. Approximately 4.5 inches in size. Your pom-pom will appear. Excellent quality, and love a bigger pom-pom. Oh yes, we love the big pom-poms. Thanks for your review on that one, and it is the perfect one to go with this hat. So that's your accessory kit. We'll have a recap as well of these lovely warmers. You've got Tranquil here. You've also got Peace. And you've also got Pure. This is the Frida jumper, which is behind me over here. So Frida again. Let's have a look what Frida means. Frida is page 22 in your booklet.
Stitch, isn't it? Do you know, I can smell burning? Oh, wow, that's why.
Oh, because your iron's still on.
I was thinking, I think I'm actually on fire. But
after you're wearing all of your woolies.
I thought it was me, but I think the iron's on.
Oh dear. We're not going to do a Debbie Shaw. So Frida means peaceful. Again, difficulty level 2. If you are a new knitter, go for it. These are really beautiful
Well,
design
that
looks,
is
aren't
the
they?
jumper and the cardigan.
Yeah, Paul, you can do it as a jumper or
Yeah.
a cardi. That's the great thing about these designs, is that they're so versatile. The jumper that I'm wearing is available as a cardigan as well.
And
the jumper
yarn
here,
that's in that pack is enough to whether you do a jumper
Either.
or a cardigan. So you
Brilliant.
can choose.
So in the yarn pack, you get 4 of Tranquil, which is this lovely deeper sort of tan. You then also have Peace, 3 of those, and then you get 3 of your really
And
lovely
this cardigan,
pure as well.
this is the Frida cardigan. So
Oh,
this is what it
brilliant.
would look like if it was a cardigan. Obviously a different colour.
Brilliant, brilliant. I love it in the autumnal shades as well.
I preferred that one. It's hard to choose, but I love the autumnal shades.
Yeah, perfect. Perfect for this time of year, and something that you're going to be able to get knitted up in time for the winter. $63.99 for your whole yarn pack. Absolutely amazing. Right, we've got another video which we really do want to show to you, and that's of
Of this
Bodie.
one, the one that you wore. I think that's your 11 o'clock cardigan.
Yes, this is the one that I was wearing in the last hour. I love the sleeves on it. It's
know them.
oversized sleeve.
It's lovely, isn't it? And that cable's gorgeous.
And that goes all the way
Look.
around the back of the design as well, back of the cardigan. So if you want to do this in one colour or 2 colours, you can. Now we've got obviously you've put together the kit for in the grey.
For the grey, yeah. But you can do it in just this. Should I take it off? This is what it looks like. This is the one colour in
so
the
that
red.
looks lovely as well.
I know, it's lovely, isn't it? But it's really big and squishy.
Oh, oversized, really, really lovely. It just sits off the shoulders. It's quite slouchy and really cosy to wrap yourself up in. But this
looks,
cable
I think it looks very
design,
stylish though,
does.
doesn't it?
Yes.
Although it's a cosy jumper,
Yeah.
it's something you could wear out.
Oh, absolutely. And that cable design actually really does add to it. It looks very complex, but you said actually Chloe will demystify it.
No,
it's really simple.
and because it's chunky needles and chunky yarn, it's quite easy to swap the stitches over when you're cabling.
So do you think again that you'll be using the 10mm chunky needles?
Some are 10 and 12 as well. But if you go on the website, I have written on all the product descriptions what size needles you need.
Oh, thank
So
you.
if you click on the product description on the website, it will show you what you need as well.
That's very good of you, Bex.
Well, otherwise
Attention
it's
to
annoying,
detail.
isn't it? It's annoying if you haven't got the right ones.
Oh, you need your big chunky needles.
chunky needles.
Just £5.99, or have a look on the product description so you can see if you need any different sizes. So again, we are going to be having a look at the VT of Chloe, showing you how to do this lovely Bodie. What does Bodie mean actually? Should we have a look?
I don't know.
The retreat collections, all different. Oh, this is Awakening and Enlightenment.
Oh, okay.
Awakening and Enlightenment. So this is the one that we're going to be having a look with Chloe. Have a quick look at this. We're back and we'll have a good recap of everything. So don't worry, you haven't missed out on anything yet. But please do be mindful that we are limited now on all kits. So check out whilst you can, and we'll see you after this.
So here I've just got a small sample of our 2-colour cable. So we've got the 2x2 rib at the bottom. Then I've worked a whole repeat of the 2-colour cable, and then I've just worked the first 2 rows of the pattern on top. So this is working on 12mm needles, and then you'll be using a cable needle. What I found I like to use for this was a double pointed needle. So this is a 10mm double pointed needle. I just found this a bit easier than a cable needle. But if you prefer, you can use a cable needle. So now we're going to start our first row. So for the first 6 rows, we're just working straight across, so they all work the same. So first, we're just going to knit up to our cable. And now we've worked to our cable, and we're knitting the first 4 stitches of the cable, which is in our main colour. So now we've got to our contrast colour. So we want to take our contrast yarn and just wrap that under the main yarn, just to make sure that they're attached together. And then we want to knit across our contrast colour. So when I like to do this, I usually knit 4, and then once I've knit the 4th stitch, what I like to do is just twist the main colour. That's just creating a little loop at the back of the main colour, just so you don't get a long strand of it at the back. So I've twisted that, and then I'm just knitting the remaining 4 stitches. So now we've knit 8 stitches in the contrast colour, and then we want to go back to our main colour again. So just wrapping that under, and then knitting the remaining 4 stitches of the cable. And then once we've done this, we just want to knit to the end of the row. So that is our first straight row of our pattern done. So we're going to turn our work to our wrong side row. So first thing we want to do is we want to knit to the start of our cable. So mine's just small samples, so I'm just going to knit 2, but on the actual cardigan you'll be knitting a few more. So now we're at our cable, so you want to take the main colour to the front of the work, and then we're going to purl 4 stitches in the main colour. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. So now we're up to our contrast colour. Just going to grab that and twist that round, bringing that into work. So that's nicely twisted with our dark grey, so they're attaching nicely. Just want to pull it nice and taut so we don't get any little gaps or anything between the change of colours. So now we're going to purl across, so we're going to purl 8 stitches. So we're going to do my little trick here as well. So I'm actually going to purl 5. I'm just going to twist my contrast with the main colour, and this is just carrying the main colour over the work, so you're not getting one long strand of it, because if you get that then it can just pull the yarn and make the knit a little bit ruched. So it just makes it a little bit easier on the back and a little bit neater. So you can just see how it's got a little loop in the middle and it's just carrying that colour over. So we've purled 8 stitches in the contrast now, we've twisted with the main, and then we're going to purl another 4 in the main colour. And then we just want to knit to the end of the row. That's creating our garter stitch either side of the cable. So that's our first 2 rows of pattern. So you'll repeat that 3 times in total, which will give you 6 rows straight. So you can just see here how the grey is coming over and just getting looped over by the contrast colour. So it's just making it a little bit easier, so you're not getting a big loop at the back and it's just kind of tucking it in, just making it a little bit neater. So altogether I've done 4 rows of those straight, so I'm just going to work a further 2 rows exactly the same, and then we'll do our cable. So again, just want to knit to the cable and then knit in 4 stitches of the cable to our contrast colour. So then we just want to wrap our contrast colour, and then we want to knit 4, and you can twist with the main colour just to hold it at the back. So on the right side I usually knit 4 and then do a little wrap at the back, and then on the wrong side I purl 5 and then do the wrap, and that's just because if you do 4 and then 4 it can just kind of carry it up and you can see it from the front. So if you want to do that, just alternate from 4 stitches at the front to 5 at the back, and it makes a really nice finish to it. But I said it's completely up to you. If you'd rather have the long loops at the back, you're more than welcome to, but I just think it makes it a little bit neater. So now I'm just knitting to the end. So now we're just doing the same on the wrong side again. So we're knitting to the start of the cable. Then once we're at the cable, we want to bring yarn to the front and then purl 4. So now you're now at your contrast colour. And then we want to purl across our contrast colour. Again, you can purl 5 and just twist the main colour over and then purl a further 3. Or if you'd prefer, just purl 8 and then go onto the main colour afterwards. So now we're going back to the main colour. So I'm going to twist over. And just make sure you're pulling the colours nice and taut at either end. And then you just want to purl a further 4 and then just knit to the end of the row. So in total you should have worked 6 rows straight, and then we'll work our first cable. So that is the straight part of our cable finished. So now we're going to work our first cable row. So first thing we want to do is knit up to the cable. So now I am at my cable. So I'm working on the next 4 stitches. So grab your cable needle or your double pointed needle, and you want to slip the next 4 stitches. So it's the next 4 on your main colour. I'm going to slip it onto our holder and just want to pop that to the back of the work. Then we want to take our contrast. So we're going to knit across these. So we're going to twist them round over. And then we want to knit 4 in our contrast colour. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've now fitted 4 in the contrast colour. So we want to bring our cable needle, and now we're going to knit across our cable needle. So now I want to use back onto the main colour and knit 4 in the main colour. 3 and 4. So that is the first half of our cable done. So we've just moved where those 2 colours are. So now we're working on the second half. So we're taking our cable needle again and slipping our next 4 stitches. So this time we're slipping the 4 contrast colour stitches, and we want to pop them on the front of the work. And then we're taking our next 4 stitches in our main colour. As we're doing this, if you like to twist the yarn at the back, you just want to twist that first and then knit the next 4 stitches just to carry the contrast colour at the back. 3 and 4. And now we want to bring our cable needle into work. And we just want to knit these last 4 stitches on our cable needle in our contrast colour. So 1, 2, 3 and 4. And that is our cable done. So that's just moving our contrast colour to either side and bringing our main colour into the middle. And then you just want to knit to end using your main colour again.
Thank you ever so much to Chloe for letting us use those videos, by the way. They are off the West Yorkshire Spinners YouTube channel. I know that we've slightly edited them and cut them a bit shorter so that we could get them all into the show today. But there are more on the YouTube channel, aren't there?
Yes, if you want to see more detail about it. But they're very good, aren't they?
They're really
very
clear. Really clear, really close up, and especially because you're working on such big chunky needles and it's big chunky yarn. For a beginner, it does suit perfectly because you can get those results very quickly and see exactly what's going on. So the book that we're working from is the Chunky Roving Retreat Flourish book. It's got 5 hand-knitted designs by lovely Chloe. And I love here, it says here, Retreat Chunky Roving was designed with well-being in mind. A real pleasure to knit with silky smooth yarn that glides off your needles, helping stresses melt away.
Oh, yes.
And working with this yarn, the bundles that we put together, it does lend itself perfectly onto the designs, but you will feel the difference when you're knitting, that it does slip off.
Yeah, no, definitely, because of the roving, it is only a very slight twist, so it just makes it very silky. And because they've mixed together the Derry Hill and the Blue Face Leicester, you get the softness and you get that silky finish as well. Nice. So they've really thought this through.
Yeah.
And the fact, that Chloe has designed these specifically to use, that it will work with the 2 lengths of yarn together. It's the perfect combination.
Love it. And you have got, West Yorkshire Spinners have got the most beautiful
look all the colours
range of colours. We've picked out some for the kits today, which actually, Bex, I love your choice of colours. They're perfect for this time of year as well.
Yeah, they're really nice. These are some of their newer colours as well, but they're always extending their ranges.
Love it. By knitting 2 strands together, each stitch is exaggerated to create super chunky knit. Garments and accessories flourish, providing joy and satisfaction, seeing results sooner. So yes, they're really satisfying. When you start to see these patterns coming together, you saw them on the VTs there. Really, 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 really beautiful. You've got 5 different designs, including your accessory set as well. All your abbreviations here. It talks to you about finishings and tensions. It's nice to have that full book, actually, because sometimes if you're just working from a pattern, it presumes that you know everything.
Yeah, and it's all in there, isn't it?
Yeah.
And even though it's 5 patterns, each pattern has various combinations. So like with the cardigan I'm wearing, that's exactly the same as the jumper.
Yeah.
It's there, so there are various combinations, and the jumper you're wearing has got a cardigan as well.
And changing it into different colours, so the cardigan here that you just saw with the cable, just doing it in one solid colour, it looks completely different.
Does, yes,
as you said, the jumper I'm wearing to the cardigan. So even though there's 5, there's so many different variations that you can do, and I'm sure lots of the clever knitters out there that do a lot of knitting, I bet you'd be able to sort of mix and match this too.
Definitely,
These
definitely.
Bubble sleeves are
they're
so
amazing,
different.
aren't they?
They're so different. I've had loads of compliments on these throughout the day. So it's got your sizes. It's got a really good size range, actually, right from a 28-inch bust right up to a 50-inch bust. And you've also got, it does recommend how many, what the colours they've used on the pictures, but also how many balls of yarn you'll need. And if you have got chunky yarn at home, then it would be suitable for it. A few different people have asked about needles. Now, Bex, you have put on the descriptions on each of them.
Yeah, it tells you what needles you need. Most of them are a 10mm and a 12mm, but do just check on the product description on the website, because I have written that down.
And do we have needles on the website then?
Yeah, we do, yes.
Brilliant. There are 10mm needles and probably 12mm needles on the website as well. So the book is absolutely beautiful. There are so many of you who have checked out on this already. If you haven't, now is the time to do it. I think at £9.95.
I know.
I was really shocked at the price, you know.
It's really good value, isn't it? Particularly because it's beautifully produced. And I like the fact, these are, West Yorkshire spinners, they're all knitters.
Yeah, you
They
can
all
tell
understand. They realise that you need close-ups of the front and the back of a garment. They know that you need a ring band. If you've ever tried to knit from a book, and then you end up trying to sit on the edge of it and hold it down, or put your remote control across the top so it stays flat.
You've tried all of that.
I've done all of that.
But having it on a ring binder means you can work from it as well. That's brilliant. So all of the projects are in the book. There is one full kit that you don't need the book, which is the one that Bex has got over there.
The Roomy.
We've put together the whole kit to make the jumper that you can see on the front there.
Yeah, so I'll show you the book. So this is the free pattern book.
Yeah.
And it's done in exactly the same, let me move over. It's done in exactly the same way as the pattern book. It's all laid out. It's got all of the abbreviations, all the tension, everything that you need. So there's nothing missing from this, although it's the free pattern. Tells you all the measurements, how much yarn you need, and then in your kit for this, you get all the green and the cream and the black, because inside of the slip stitch for the cream is black. It looks green, but it's black because it makes it stand out more.
Haven't physically got the jumper here, which is a shame, but it is absolutely lovely, and you can see the quality of the yarns that are
so
on
these
all
are
of
the
the
yarns
others
that you
are made
get with it. So you get all of this green. I mean, it's just lovely. It's like a forest green.
It
isn't
is.
It's not emerald, because emerald's a bit sort of jewelier, isn't it? It's more like a forest green, and then you get the 2 balls of pure, which is the cream, and then you get 1 ball of the black, and that goes in amongst the slip stitches. So everything you need, including the pattern, is in there, and there's enough yarn in the kit to make the size 28 to 46-inch bust.
Fantastic.
Beautiful.
We also have in front of me, very, very popular indeed, you've got 5 of the same forest green, which is called...
Oh, what's this one called? Purpose.
Purpose, love that. So you get 5 of those. This is for your accessory set. Enough to be able to make your hat, your scarf, and your hand warmers.
And the very, very long scarf.
It is a lovely
amazingly
scarf.
long.
In fact, you know what? That would be nice for a gent as well, wouldn't it?
Oh, yes, definitely, yeah. I mean, it's really big.
Really lovely and chunky. You've got your scarf, your hat. It's going on again.
I'm not sure about the hat, whether I'm going to put the hat on. But it's so nice, though, because it goes right over your ears.
Oh,
great
that's what
for
I
walking
love,
the dog,
yeah.
this. Because you could get, when it's raining a bit, and you could put it right over your ears.
And the hand warmers as well.
And the hand warmers. I feel like I'm playing that chocolate game, you know, where you have to put the hat, scarf and the gloves on and then get a knife and fork and cut the chocolate until the music...
No, I don't know that
You've not
one.
played that?
No, I've not played that one.
game. You haven't been to the right parties.
That's it. I know. I need to come to parties with you, Bex. Sounds great. So that's the accessory pack. The one to the right of me is Frida. Now Frida comes in 2 options, whether you have it in the jumper or in the cardigan that Beck's wearing.
No, there's enough yarn in that to knit the jumper or the cardigan.
cardigan.
You can choose.
Frida's now sold out, in fact, actually. Sorry, Bex. Frida's sold out. The one at the front here is the jumper, which is called
Grace.
Grace jumper is still available at the moment. It's $63.99. Thanks so much for staying on with me today,
Oh, it's
Bex.
been a pleasure.
When are you back?
I am back on Monday.
Sewing Street?
Sewing Street and Yarn Lane. And Yarn Lane on Monday, we've got a very exciting project to talk about that Wendy and Orlando and I have been working on for the last 3 months.
Oh, wow.
But it's secret.
Okay.
Tell you
You're
about it
not
on
giving
Monday.
us any more hints?
No, but you must join me on Monday. It's
Okay.
a secret.
We'll be there. Yarn Lane is back on Friday. I am back with you on Sewing Street 2 weeks on Tuesday. I'm not here for ages. I'm not anywhere either. I'm not a jewellery maker, so I don't know what I'm going to do with myself for 2 weeks.
no.
I'll probably come in with Maisie to come and see you.
Monday. Come in Monday.
Oh, okay, yes, I'll come and see you. Thank you ever so much for your company today. It's been a pleasure. Don't forget to check out your baskets and don't forget to use your voucher code. Also, I must mention, I know it's Sewing Street, but the cover stitch machine today that we had on Sewing Street is going up in price after tomorrow. Have a serious think about it. It's covered over 1p&p across Yarn Lane and Sewing Street. I'll see you soon. Thanks for your company. John's on bright and early tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock and Yarn Lane will be back on Friday. See you then.